Coming up next on This Week in Torrance, this year's Kashiwa student ambassadors land in the city. We'll show you their arrival. And the South Bay loses one of its funniest voices. Then guests at an annual fundraiser get an earful from a special musical guest. Plus, we'll tell you how some local residents found a unique way to raise awareness for the homeless. These stories and much more are just seconds away. Your local news starts right now. Hello, everybody, and welcome to This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain. Here are your top stories. Well, for the first time ever, the U.S. Postal Service has defaulted on a payment to the Treasury. It will not make the $5.5 billion payment due this week. It will also default on a $5.6 billion payment due on September 30th. Both of those payments are federally mandated and go toward pre-funding retiree health benefits. The USPS said this will not affect delivery or payments to employees. Benefits to current retirees will also continue. Some say the real problem is with Congress. The USPS has proposed operational changes to handle its money problems, but these changes have to be approved by Congress, and in an election year, Congress is deadlocked on pretty much everything, and things could get worse in October. That's when the Postal Service is expected to run out of cash for expenses. A popular writer and fixture of the South Bay is now gone. Longtime Daily Breeze columnist John Bogert has died. He was 63 years old. Bogert wrote more than 6,000 columns during his tenure at the South Bay paper, reflecting on modern life and family. Bogert's column appeared in the Daily Breeze every day for more than 20 years. In 2010, he published a book of his columns entitled Grounded. And even after becoming ill and undergoing surgeries to treat his cancer, Bogert continued to write for the paper. He is survived by his wife and 3 children. Torrance Memorial Medical Center is constructing a tower with state-of-the-art medical and research facilities. They're at the halfway mark of their fundraising goal. Reporter Alexa Sita takes us to an event whose special guest helped them get even closer to the fundraising finish line.
American Honda has been hosting the Evening Under the Stars for 23 years. And for the last 6 years, Torrance Memorial Medical Center has been the beneficiary of the fundraiser, which brings together local residents, music, and food.
We have 30 restaurants, and we have about 80 different wine varieties here with other drinks. And it's really just a chance to try all the best restaurants in the South Bay.
The event is also known as the Food and Wine Festival, an appropriate name since that's what so many people come out for. Wines from places like Napa Rose Sommeliers and Riboli Family Wine Estates helped get the more than 800 guests in the mood for the party. And the nearly 30 food vendors made this evening a part of their year, regardless of the recession.
I think what's neat about this event is that the restaurants continue to come out, and we've been through economically some tough times over the last couple of years.
And if that saxophone sounds familiar, that's because one of the stars of the Evening Under the Stars was Kenny G. The Grammy Award-winning musician performed a set for this attentive audience, and he also got the crowd to bid in the silent auction. One of his saxophones fetched a big donation for the event, $7,500. For Torrance CitiCABLE, I'm Alexa Sita.
Thanks, Alexa. Overall, the event raised $150,000. That's $50,000 more than last year. For more information, visit torrancememorial.org. And you're looking at the future site of the Centennial Plaza on Post Avenue in Cravens. This section of El Prado Park is being transformed by workers into the plaza, which will include hundreds of donor bricks and, of course, the Centennial Time Capsule. All of this work is in preparation for the big community parade on September 16th. Residents and groups that are participating in the parade will walk through downtown Torrance and end the parade at the plaza, and Centennial organizers are still looking for participants. If you'd like to be in the parade, fill out an application by August 16th. Service clubs, businesses, and volunteers are all encouraged to apply. Visit the Centennial website at torrancecentennial.org for more information. Coming up, some cultural ambassadors land in the South Bay and make their way to Torrance, and we'll tell you about an exhibit that celebrates art for the Centennial. But first, here's the temperature outside.
Just one more inning, Grandma!
Ever notice how many things today kids can do without actually moving? A whole lot of things their parents used to do the hard way. So many kids' activities today seem to leave out the activity part, which makes exercise even more important for children. In fact, new research tells us the best time to enhance bone development is during childhood and adolescence. And just getting children to walk an extra 35 minutes a day could spare them the pain of thinning bones later in life. Healthy bones come from healthy habits. Encourage your kids to get up, get out, and get moving.
Hello. Hey, Grandma, how about another grape soda?
A public service message on building strong bones for kids from the Pediatric Orthopedic Society of North America and the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
At what age is the color that your skin was meant to be no longer beautiful? Every year, millions of young women try to change the skin they were born with and say they die for darker skin. Sadly, some actually do. Melanoma is the second most common cancer in teens and young adults 15 to 29. And one person dies from melanoma every hour. It's time. Change your thinking, not your skin. Stop tanning. Learn more at spotskincancer.org. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
The Torrance Sister City Association is celebrating its 40-year partnership with Kashiwa, Japan. After the Torrance student ambassadors returned from Japan in July, now Kashiwa student ambassadors have arrived here in Torrance. Reporter Alexa Sita has the story.
Yes. Wait for Universal, Stephen.
Yeah.
You know how it says pass here? We all have passes.
Yeah, I don't know why that one says pass.
These Sister City ambassadors are hammering out plans for the next 3 weeks. After having returned from Japan in July, they're on their way to pick up their Kashiwa counterparts and show them the best of Southern California.
So Kashiwa and Torrance became officially sister cities in 1973, and ever since there's been an exchange in the summertime. 8 students from Torrance go to Kashiwa, and 8 students from Kashiwa come to Torrance.
We are in a bus on our way to LAX. We're going to go greet the Kashiwa students that are actually coming like in a couple of hours. So we have posters made, and we're all going to be there to welcome them.
As they arrive at LAX, it's a poignant moment. Last year, the Torrance Exchange did not go to Japan because of the earthquake and tsunami. But for these students, it was worth the wait.
We met the most amazing people in the world. We got to try new things every single day.
These teens are trying something new once again, preparing to welcome the Kashiwa delegation. And their arrival did not disappoint. Cheers and hugs and smiles, and even Centennial t-shirts.
1, 2, 3.
These student ambassadors haven't known each other for long, but their friendships have been forged.
I saw her 1 week ago, but it feels too long.
And after hearing what the Kashiwa delegation would like to do during their stay, you realize how similar teenagers are wherever you go.
I want to go beach and go shopping.
I want to eat big hamburger.
For Torrance City Cable, I'm Alexa Sita.
That's a feel-good story. Thank you, Alexa. Kashiwa student ambassadors were welcomed by one of their two host families when they arrived in Torrance. They depart Torrance on August 21st. Well, the Centennial events continue. We've seen historic Centennial photographs. Now an exhibit displays new paintings of familiar sites around town. Reporter Alexa Sita has the story.
We're definitely an art town.
And in celebration of this art town's 100th year, the APC Gallery is holding an exhibit called A Walk Through Torrance. The gallery features photos and paintings of Torrance landmarks.
The landmarks in Torrance for me are the bridge built by Irving Gill in 1913. Other spots that are outside of downtown would be Torrance Beach, the Madrona Marsh, and then coming into town, the bakery, the post office, little walks down streets that give you from a corner to another corner.
But the point of the exhibit isn't just to show these landmarks as they are. Gallery owner Ron Lebrecht also hopes that by depicting places we all know in a different way, the viewer will have an emotional experience.
A good painting is being able to explore the surface and the ideas, and when things come together, you can see both the idea of what the paint was about and also maybe see an image that'll give you a suggestion of something that someone was looking at and make you feel something about it.
For Torrance City Cable, I'm Alexa Sita.
Thanks, Alexa. Some of the painters featured in the exhibit received visual art scholarships from the Torrance Arts Council. Paintings will be on display until August 26th. For more information, visit apcfinearts.com. Coming up after the break, we'll tell you why some local residents spend an evening in a cardboard box. But first, here's your 5-day forecast.
If you could see anything in the world, what would it be?
I'd love to see Paris.
I like to see cupcakes falling from the sky.
My daughter, married and happy.
I want to see things the way I used to.
Chances are, someone you love may one day be affected by macular degeneration or glaucoma. Log on to seeabettertomorrow.org or call 1-800-437-2423 to learn about glaucoma and macular degeneration. Call 1-800-437-2423 or log on to seeabettertomorrow.org.
I just want to see more of the things I love.
And now, another adventure with Savings Man.
Look, honey, the neighbors just bought a big screen TV.
Hey, I just got a bonus at work. Maybe we should get one too.
Hold on there.
Savings Man.
Using your bonus to secure your future by paying down debt or saving is a better way to go.
Well, I declare you're right, Savings Man.
Stay ahead by choosing to save. And don't worry about keeping up with the Joneses.
But their name is Johnson.
For more tips and tools, visit choosetosave.org today.
I remember the moment clearly.
I'll never forget that moment.
As long as I live.
I realized at that moment, when we first saw the damage, these people really needed us. And I was going to make a difference, right here in my community. Together with local responders, we cleared trees and collapsed walls. We had to get to the family trapped beneath. As a citizen soldier, I made a difference.
Be there for your community at NationalGuard.com.
If you'd like to learn how to sew or make a quilt, here's your chance. Attend the Quilting and Sewing Workshop on the second Wednesday of the month. The first session is on August 8th at 12:30 p.m. at the Tillum Senior Center. Projects will be donated to Children's Hospital, veterans, foster kids, and seniors. For more information, call 310-320-5918. Join the Torrance Historical Society for a summer stroll. For $20, this docent-led tour will bring you into some of the new restaurants in Old Torrance for a sip and a snack and a peek into the past behind the brick and mortar. Now, not only will you learn the building's history, you'll see old photos showing the before as you stand in the now. Now, some of the buildings on tour include the Red Car, Tortilla Cantina, BFD, Just Luigi's, Amore Vino, and Torrance Bakery. The tour takes place on Thursday, August 9th at 6:30 p.m. and is for those 21 years of age and older. For more information, call 310-328-5392 or visit torrancehistoricalsociety.org. And if you're planning on going to Tony Roma's for dinner in the next couple of weeks, go on Wednesday, August 15th, and between 5 and 9 p.m. The Torrance Police Department will be working as hosts and waiters. Tip them well, and all of their tips will be donated to a very special cause. That's the Special Olympics. For more information, visit sosc.org or call 310-618-6392. And finally, it was a city within the city, and residents had one important goal. Reporter J.Z. Jeans explains.
Most people would prefer not to sleep outdoors, but Family Promise volunteers chose to do just that to help fight homelessness. When Dory Hernandez started planning Cardboard Box City, she had a special understanding of what homeless families go through.
I probably came within inches of being homeless myself, and I know people that are homeless, and I know how important it is to have people out there that care about getting you back on your feet.
Cardboard Box City is a way to raise funds and awareness about homelessness. Participants will spend a full night using only cardboard as their shelter. Homelessness has many faces, but these cardboard homes are symbolic reminders of what it means to not have a home.
I feel that the boxes just show how hard it is to live out on the streets, and some people don't even have that.
Volunteers gave up access to phones, computers, and other modern conveniences. They also had to find ways to bear the cold temperatures during the night, all in an effort to understand homelessness.
I brought a lot of my friends and family to sleep with, and just clothes, a lot of clothes.
Councilman Pat Fury was there, and he signed on to take an important role in Cardboard Box City.
Anytime we can provide awareness of it and assistance to eradicate that, I'm all for it, and I want to be the mayor of that box city. So thank you for inviting me. I'm so happy to be here.
The event raised nearly $2,500. The money will go to Family Promise of the South Bay, helping them provide food, shelter, and support to homeless families.
We stay with them for about a year or two and a year and a half to make sure they don't fall back through the cracks again. So it's literally changing lives.
And the Cardboard Box City also hoped to change the lives of its participants. Organizers hope everyone learn to have empathy for your fellow man.
We're hoping that they feel as compassionate as we do about helping the homeless here in our community, not just saying, oh, there was somebody on the street there sleeping, but to try and help that person, not just talk about it.
For This Week in Torrance, I'm J.Z. Jeans.
Thank you, J.Z. For more information, visit FamilyPromiseOSB.org. And that's going to do it for us on This Week in Torrance. I'm Ben McCain. If you've missed any portion of our show, you can catch us again at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.